Whenever someone asks me where they should go to see big historical homes on the island, I always recommend two places: the East End Historic District and the Silk Stocking District. You'll see some of the most unique and grand Victorian homes. But no matter where you roam on the island, you will definitely find yourself appreciating some of the island's less grand residences. Kind of like this one right here. Every time I pass by this little guy, I wonder what it's like on the inside. If only I had the chance to go and take a closer look.
Five minutes later.
So what's the deal with Galveston's watercolor?
Welcome to Galveston Unscripted. Thank you to our video sponsor, The Daily News, bringing you the news since 1842, Texas' oldest newspaper. Support your local newspaper, The Daily News.
Welcome to the remarkable John H. Moser House on Rosenberg Avenue. A raised cottage comprised of 3 small shotgun houses fit together to create just under 1,000 square feet of history-packed living space. This is one of the oldest structures on Rosenberg Avenue. The exact origins of this exquisite small home are a little obscure. This home is actually 3 separate buildings, connected together to make one just under 1,000 square foot home, leaving plenty of yard space, which is now shaded by massive, gorgeous oak trees. Peter and Eliza Moser, parents of John Moser, who the home is named after, purchased this property in 1872, but records still leave gaps in the story of this home. It's not known exactly whether the 3 buildings that make up this house today were constructed on this lot, or if they were constructed elsewhere and brought to this lot. Researchers believe this home was most likely built on another lot during the 1850s and moved to its present location, a very common occurrence in the late 1800s and early 1900s in Galveston. It is possible that this home was constructed with the buildings already on this lot, and those smaller buildings could have dated from the 1850s to the 1870s. Tax records and maps do indicate that there was a building on this lot in the 1850s. But whether the structure on this lot in the 1850s was used to construct this home is unknown. John Moser was born to German immigrants in 1853 in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico, aboard a ship called the Star of the Republic. His mother, Elizabeth, gave birth to him while traveling back to Galveston. The Star of the Republic was one of the first trade ships to fly the Republic of Texas flag. The Silk Stocking District was originally developed in the early 1870s as a mix of single-family houses, large vacant blocks, and industrial sites. In 1871, the core of the Silk Stocking District was occupied by the Texas Cotton Press. The Texas Cotton Press Company purchased the equivalent of 2 city blocks. The Texas Cotton Press operated until the late 1880s and was demolished in 1891. By 1898, the land where the cotton press once sat was auctioned off to Galvestonians. Many of the homes we see in the Silk Stocking District today were built where the cotton press once sat. But this home was 1 block north of the cotton press. And looking right out this window in the late 1880s, you would have seen the Texas Compress. And we can see how the current homeowners pay homage to the history of this district. You may not have expected a home of this size and stature to be as intricate on the inside. And although comparatively it's a small living space, this home definitely holds its own when it comes to history, design, and intricate details. You can see as we make our way through this home that every large room was once its own building. And in Galveston in the late 19th century and early 20th century, using already existing structures to make one larger structure, such as a house like this, was very common. Mr. John Moser worked for Alexander Allen & Co. in 1875. Alexander Allen was a marble contractor and monument maker. and was dubbed the founder of the marble business in Texas. But by 1888, Mr. John Moser had built his own shop on the north side of this residence, meaning the north side of this lot was once a marble yard. Mr. John Moser eventually became known as a marble cutter, marble and granite dealer, and manufacturer of tombstones and monuments. John Moser built a successful marble cutting business right here on the corner of 25th and L, where we now see this beautiful garden. The preservation of smaller houses in Galveston is vital to the visual uniqueness of Galveston Island.
So the next time you're roaming around Galveston, I urge you to look for homes that have been pieced together with other structures. It is way more common than you think. And this gives us great insight to the past couple hundred years here in Galveston. Instead of sourcing materials from off the island, Galvestonians used what they had right here. And in this case, 3 shotgun houses compiled together to make one beautiful, unique home. If you enjoyed exploring this little home, please make sure to like and subscribe and follow us on social media. We are everywhere. And if you haven't yet, go check out the podcast. We've got hours and hours of historical content on that podcast feed. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Galveston Unscripted.